Hey guys, Duchess Braids here and welcome back to my channel. So today we have my friend here and we're going to be doing a style that I haven't really seen done. I've definitely seen something within that lane, but not necessarily this style. So we're going to be doing like a half lemonade braid, half curly hair in the back. So typically for this style, you'd see like goddess braids in the back or knotless braids like I did in my previous video with the pink hair. So something very similar to that, but we're gonna just do curly hair at the back. So I started with the middle part, which I always do because we're always going to start with the middle part, but that's just a guide for me to be able to cut her hair in half from ear to ear. So I'm not necessarily going to need a middle part, but it definitely helps when you're going from ear to ear. You can definitely use it as a guide to get to the center. And so now I'm going in with the leave out part of this style because like I said, I'm putting curly hair in, and the hair that I'm using today is going to be from CurlsQueen, but we'll talk more about the hair later on in the video. But for now, I'm just parting out a thin layer of leave out hair, and because it's curly hair I don't want to leave out too much hair, but I also don't want it to be too thin. And I'm gonna take this all around that nape and just in a nice circle from the back, so in case she wanted to throw it in a ponytail or she wanted to get the hair out the way, she could easily do that with her natural hair around it. And like I said, y'all, I haven't done this style, so I really don't know how it's going to look. But we're just going to go with the flow. And if it turns out to be a super cute style, then we have a banger. And if not, then, that's how styles are created, by just trying. So once I do that, I'm going to jump in with the foundation. So the hair is going to be clip-ins. Like I've been definitely showing a lot of clip-ins on my page, so we're going to stick with that theme. And I'm just going to do a regular foundation. With clip-ins, you really just don't need like an extreme technical foundation. You just kind of need some braids that are not big and bulky, and this is my best way to do that. Is once I've braided the first braid, I always go in with the end of that first braid and then add it into my second braid, and I keep that going until I hit the middle. And once I've hit the middle, then I go ahead and start the same exact braiding pattern on the other side and to meet back up in the middle as well. So this, you can always keep going, but I just find that this way is a little bit easier for me to like go on one side, get to the middle, go on the other side, get to the middle. And then once I hit that last and final braid in the middle, I add both ends of each side into that last braid, and I just braid it down. And the end of that, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck it in those loops and get that out the way. We don't really need to sew it down because it's clip-ins, and if it was like a sewing foundation thing, I would. So the hair again is from CurlsQueen. We're going to be using their water kinky curly hair, which I think is such a beautiful texture. I just love this texture. It's probably one of my favorite textures from them. So the hair is about 22 inches long, and this right now is a little bit crunched up, but once I wet it, it's going to add some length to it because we do have to wash the hair. You don't have to, but I like to wash the hair, especially when it's curly. In the package, you always get about 10 pieces of hair, and they all come in different sizes. The first two sizes were 5 clips. The second two sizes were 4 clips. Then we had 3 clips that, are 2, and then we had 4 pieces with 2 clips on them, just to give you a variety of different ways that you can install this. I just think this is the perfect amount of hair. It's always a full amount. And these are how the clips look. And also in the package, they always send you some goodies, which is like a detangling brush, which works really well. Some additional clips in case any of your clips fall out and you need to sew it back in, and a really nice silk bonnet. The inside is silk, so we love that. So both sides are silk, and yeah, that's amazing. So to get started on installing the back, I'm going to start with the 5 clipped. The piece with the 5 clips, and I always take the middle clip and I line it up directly in the middle of the back of her head, and then I just go from side to side with the other clips and clip going upwards. This is just gonna give the hair a flow where the hair falls forward. And then I went in with the 3 clips, and now I'm in with one that has 4 clips, and I'm just going from side to side. I'm moving really fast with this, but the first clip was 5 clips, the second clip was 3 clips, the third clip was 4 clips, and right now we have another 4 clip one, and that one didn't fit, so I'm gonna take it out and adjust it. That's the beauty of using clip-ins, you guys. You can always take it out and readjust it to how to make it work for you. With sewing, you can't really do that, or any other style. Like once you've messed up, sometimes it's just you have to go with it. But with clip-ins, you can always take it out and figure it out. So this one is another 3 clip, and then I'm gonna go in with about 2 clips, and just find the way that works with you. And I like to go in that shape, which is like a half a circle shape or half moon shape, because I like the hair to fall forward so that once her natural hair is on top of it, it covers it as much as possible. And if the clips come out, if you pull on them, you just get a good grip on the hair, and it will last a really long time in there. These don't really fall out that easily if you have a really great grip. So now I'm going to go to the braiding portion of it. So because I'm doing lemonade braids, I like to do some knotless type braids on the side, because I don't like my lemonade braids to come all the way over. It does need to be broken up. And these knotless braids on the side is going to give it some layers, it's going to give it some volume, and it's going to give it some space. So it's going to do all of that in one. So it's always recommended that if you're going to do any type of lemonade braid or braids coming over to one side, you do want to do at least 1 or 2, well, 2 to 3 layers of knotless braids underneath them. But in this turn, I'm using the curly hair because I didn't want to just do straight hair. So I'm using some of the curly hairs from one of the clips that I did not use. I did go ahead and cut some hair off that clip because I want the textures to be the same. I didn't want to use some curly hair from a random pack. So we didn't use all the clips, so I went ahead and cut some hair off, don't tell them, off the clips, and I'm adding it into her knotless braids, and I'm also going to add it into her stitch braids once I start doing those. So I went ahead and did 2 layers of knotless braids, basically goddess braids, because I'm using the curly hair. And I used about, I would say, 4 pieces I added into each braid so that it could be full enough, but not like overly full, because I really just didn't have that much hair to use. So I didn't want to overdo it. So I went ahead and I'm parting this out now. This is going to be the second layer. And, I'm using the precision comb to get that part straight. And I'm going to move that out the way and just keep going. I'm going to throw in about 3 braids at the top. I know I can probably fit in 4, but 3 works great as well. It's going to be covered. It's not going to be shown. So this I can take a little bit of advantage of and not really have to worry about too much of them showing, because once I start braiding the hair over to this side, it is not really going to be shown. All right, so that is how it looked. And now I'm going to go in with the stitch braiding. And I'm just curving the hair up. And y'all, again, like I said, we don't know how this is going to look. But we're praying that it looks good, y'all. But just let me know in the comments when we're done. Like, how do you feel about this style? Would you try this style? Would you try it with a looser curl? Would you try it with a tighter curl? Do you want longer hair, or would you just not try it at all? So don't be afraid to let me know in the comments. Like, I can take it. I'm a big girl, but I was just trying something new just to see how it turned out. So I went ahead and parted that hair out, and we're going to do some stitch braids going over to the side. And I love, love, love this front design, y'all. Wait until you see it. It looks so beautiful. So I went in with small pieces, and my pinky nail is broken, y'all. So I keep having to remind myself that I can't use my pinky nail to do my stitches. So I'm using my ring finger, and I keep making that mistake thinking like my pinky nail, but I have to switch to my ring finger to like get the stitches done. And this was a battle the whole time, just reminding myself like, girl, you don't have a pinky finger. that is broken, is gone. But now I'm going to go in with the other braid, and these 2 braids are straight, but once I get to the 3rd braid, I'm going to do a little hook, and it's going to be so cute, so fire. And this is a reminder too, like if you, one thing I always tell my students with stitch braids is you kind of do need a little pinky like action, like stiletto fingernail on your pinky, but it doesn't always have to be your pinky. You can always basically part with any finger you choose to. Normally it's going to be the ring finger or maybe your pointer finger that's going to be doing the stitching if you're not going to use your pinky. I just always default to my pinky finger because it's just the one that I learned to braid with. But if you learn to braid with a different finger when stitching, that, I mean, it works too. No right or wrong as long as you get the stitch right. All right, so now that I'm on my third braid, I'm gonna go ahead and hook this braid around. This is something a little different I wanted to bring to the style just to see how it looked, and it turned out so cute, y'all. You have to make sure you leave some baby hair out for this style too, because you do kind of want it to give it a little bit of flair. I know not everybody's into like the baby hair or the adult hair stuff, but for this style, I mean, it just adds some extra flair to it and it just looks so cute. So once I've done that hook, I do a couple more hooks, but this I'm just showing you because the braided hair was too long. But you also have to make sure that the hair is gonna line up. The hair in the front that you're braiding is gonna line up with the hair at the back. So that's why I had to cut down the braiding hair a little bit so that I can make sure the hair in the front is not too long compared to the hair in the back, especially when the hair in the back dries up. We don't want that crunched up hair to be short and then the hair in the front is super duper long. So now I'm just continuing to braid, and like I said, it's like a lemonade braid, so it's gonna fall in her face a little bit, which I just think is just a great style for the summer. And this I just added, wanted to show you guys how I added some hair at the end so that the ends are curly. So once I added some curly hair, I just pull out a little tiny piece of it and I just wrap it and knot it. I don't burn, I don't do anything crazy or glue it. I just make a tiny knot. All right, so now we have the back out, we have the braids in. Again, this is kind of different, it's kind of new. Let me know how you feel about the style. I'm taking out the perimeter and praying that her hair is the perfect match. She does have this texture hair, but you guys know, like, you could have that texture hair in the back, but the middle of your head is a different texture. But this is how the style turned out, you guys. Like, I think it is so cute. I really do think it's super cute. The texture of the hair was really, really nice. And this is how fluffy and big it is. Like, again, I didn't use all of the bundles of the hair. She loves this texture as well. She thinks it's so perfect for her curls. And this is how the stitch braids look. Look, it's new, it's different. So to each his own. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Y'all don't have to drag it, but you know, just let me know how you feel about it. And yeah, I'm welcome to anything. But again, this hair that I'm using is from CurlsQueen. It's a beautiful curly hair, and it's their water kinky curly hair, and it's 22 inches long. All the details will be in the description, and you can use code Dutch, that's DUCH, for some money off the hair. Yeah, so don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.